Hey, hey, my beautiful, abundant queens. How you doing? I just wanted to hop on here really quick. I'm going for another little walk. Best, my absolute favorite, because she is not feeling that support from her partner. And that's a really difficult place to be in. And especially if we're in long-term relationships, relationships can be work. They can be hard work sometimes. And I think that it's all about working towards the common good, right? And no matter what, we always want to be in a relationship where we light each other up, where we support each other, right? And she at present isn't feeling like that's what she's getting. And instead, her husband is saying to her things like, actually pretty awful things, um, like, nobody will ever buy from you. You should just get a day job. She's also put on a bit of weight because she used to have some eating disorders and some just a real fixation on her weight. She was overworking herself and working out, 5 days a week. And she passed out twice in one day because she was being really unhealthy. And she decided that she was done doing that to herself because it's not healthy and it's no way to live. And it wasn't fulfilling to her. So good for her. And she's now in a place where she has gained a bit of weight. And it is a bit uncomfortable for her. And she does, have a little bit of self-confidence issues surrounding that. But it doesn't help that her husband is saying to her, hey, you've put on a little bit of weight, maybe you should go work out. So the relationship situation with her husband it's a bit frustrating. And what I said to her is, it sounds to me like he has some anger issues and he has some things that he really needs to work through. But at the same time, I said, how does it make you feel when he says these things? And she said, his words don't really affect me because I don't really believe them to be true. It's more just the fact that he's saying them and I feel like he's almost trying to put me down, right? So it's so important for us to get in touch with our feelings. And she said that to me, and I knew right away that there was more to that. And so I did an exercise with her, and it was a really profound, beautiful exercise, which I'll tell you about in a second. But basically, it came down to her communication, right? Her and her husband are not communicating in the way that they maybe used to, or maybe in a way that they never have before. But for them to continue and have a successful partnership, they're going to need to find a way to communicate, right? And my point with her was that she needs to understand how to communicate with him, right? And before she can do that, she needs to be in touch with her feelings. So it is so important that we do this. And many times we're not in touch with our feelings. And when it comes to relationships, we tend to be reactive, and the things we say come from a place where sometimes it can make the other partner feel like an attack. Whereas if you are to approach something with, this is how I feel this way because this, it usually gets a different response, right? And so I asked her, I said, are you communicating with him in this way? Are you telling him how you feel? And she said, no, I've just completely stopped really communicating with him at all. And I said, okay, well, I want you to try to open that back up. But first, you're going to need to get really clear on how you actually feel, okay? And so when she told me that she wasn't really affected by the things that he was saying, I said, okay, we're going to do an exercise. And I'm using her as an example because this is in her relationship, her partnership, right? This is her husband, her life partner. But her specific experience it affects anybody who is experiencing negativity. Anytime negativity comes into your field, it could be a partner, it could be a coworker, it could be a friend, it could be somebody you don't even know. But the exercise that we did really helps to shift that. And so we did this exercise, and I had her move, and I put on a song, and I asked her to close her eyes, and I asked her to really bring in all of the things that she was feeling and all of the things that he was saying to her, to really hear those, to really replay those in her head. And then I guided her through this beautiful movement meditation where we were using movement. And what we were doing was we were allowing her body to tell the story that her words could not, right? So when she said, I'm not really affected by it, her body told a very different story. So we did this movement exercise, and at the end of it, she was in tears. She was crying, and she said, I'm trying not to cry. And I said, let it out, sister. Let it out, because these are emotions that you've been suppressing. These are emotions that are important for you to face and to let out and to release. And she said to me, oh my gosh, I cannot believe it. I can't believe that I never thought that movement would help me get to the bottom of that. She said, I always felt like there was something that I needed. There was something more, that I was maybe suppressing some things, but I meditate all the time. You know, I do a lot of self-work, and I never thought that a movement practice could help me with that. And I said, yes, sister, absolutely. This is what I'm all about. It's all about embodying your life, right? And when you use movement, you allow yourself to move emotions through your body. Because many of the time when we have, you know, emotions and things that we're dealing with, we process them here, right? But your body holds on to so much. Your body holds on to emotions, your body holds on to trauma. So if you're just dealing with it here, not going to do the trick, right? So we want to incorporate your body into that in a way that we can embody and move through those emotions. So I asked her after that, I said, how do you feel, gorgeous? And she said, I feel so ready to take on my day. She's in Australia, so it was about lunchtime over there. And she said, I feel amazing. She said, the things that I saw when you guided me through that exercise, I saw the bad. I felt myself moving through it. I saw this light, and I felt this sunshine beaming down on me at the end, and this like sense of peacefulness and calm. And she said, I was really able to see and visualize and feel into resolving those issues and moving through that. And that was so, so powerful, because she was able to process her emotions and her feelings in a way that she never had using my movement practices. And it was such a special breakthrough for her. And I want to let you know that you too, you have emotions that you need to process, right? Whether it's on a daily basis, or, you know, there's something longer standing that you've been, you know, that's been on your mind, that's been bothering you. It's important for us to process those emotions, right? And they don't just have to be negative emotions. They can also be positive ones, right? For example, sometimes when I get really excited, if I get some great news, I'll put on a song and I'll dance it out, right? It just really helps me move that through my body and get into that. So I just want to remind you how important it is to use movement and to embody your life and to face your emotions, right? And to allow yourself to feel them and allow yourself to process them. And before you do that, you need to get really clear on what your emotions are, and that movement can help you do that. So beautiful. I hope you enjoyed this story. Really, really beautiful. I'm so touched that I'm able to help people in this way, where almost every session I have, my clients just end up in tears of happiness, because they're like, oh, I never thought that this could happen. And it is such a beautiful thing, such a beautiful transformation. So I wish for you this transformation as well, babe. And I'd love to invite you, if you are looking for this transformation, if you're seeking to know more, to have a deeper understanding of your life and yourself and where you fit in, and to process and just be the best version of yourself and your highest divine you, I invite you to book a call with me, book your Abundant Queen upgrade call, and we will get into it. I'm going to get really, really deep on where you're at, how to help you, what exact processes you need, and we'll get really clear on that. And it's totally free for you. So I invite you to book your complimentary upgrade call, and I'm so excited to work with you and see you in my calendar. You can book your call at mymovementality.com/call, and I hope to see you soon, beautiful. Ciao.